excited to have you back. Now you are really chatty zaddy because you just had a baby. Like, let me spin around for chatty zaddy up in the building. You a baby daddy now. Oh my God.
It's wild. It is a wild feeling.
Look at you blushing, man. You're red. Look.
Oh man.
Okay. Real quick before we get into these client testimonials, because even though you were out on what we call paternity leave, not maternity, you were on paternity leave because your wife did all the work.
Mm-hmm. She did.
Right. So you were just there as support.
You know, emotionally, like I didn't understand paternity leave before, but now I do. Because emotionally, it's a crazy thing.
It is, and I'm so glad that you're right there so you can have empathy for that woman that is just, we're mean and we have a reason to be, but a lot of men, they run during that phase. Did you know statistics show that most men cheat when women are pregnant?
Is that right?
They cannot handle the stress, especially men that don't get all in it. Like you were full in it. Like they feel like, I don't know what to do. So they go off and just try to find happiness somewhere else. But yeah, this is a growing conversation across social media.
That is wild. Like I can't imagine, because like my goal right now is just to make everything easier for Gabby and for my daughter. Everything I can do, and obviously protect and just everything that runs through my mind. And I don't know if it's me because I'm a lawyer or whatever it is, but I'm like looking at every angle, making sure everything's taken care of and learning things on the fly, obviously.
Yeah. But remember, the baby teaches you how to be a parent.
Oh,
you don't
sure.
teach the baby. You don't teach a lot of people think, oh, I'm finna raise this, but no, they raising you because it's like we finally got to grow up.
Yeah. no doubt. And it's amazing. I thought I was gonna like struggle with what does she want, what does she need, but she like gives direct instructions, like change my diaper, feed me, let me sleep, hold me. You know, like she just tells me exactly what she needs, which is really nice.
And that's what you got to do. Just do what they do until you can't do it no more. And then you be like, you need to do it for yourself. And then your daughter is gonna hate you like she hates me. Like mine hates me right now because I'm like, I'm not doing it no more. You're doing it for yourself. Right now, you're doing it for yourself. Okay, that's where we're at right now. So it doesn't mean I don't love you, but but congratulations, man. Congratulations to your wife. I wish you guys nothing but like just peace and sleep.
And honestly, we're getting it. Gabby's getting fragmented sleep, but she's still getting 7 to 8 hours a night. But every 3 hours there's feeding. So you know, 3 to 4. We're at the 3 to 4. She eats a lot.
Yeah, she's gonna eat more. Just wait till she hits those growth spurts. Then she's not gonna be able. She's breastfeeding.
No, pumping.
Okay, yeah, she's definitely gonna be. We just getting started. Well, listen, even while you was out on paternity leave, you still got some client testimonials. So how you discharging? You discharged a lady named Shantae, Chapter 7, 123, 120. How the hell you say this number, Jasmine? There's so many zeros. It's $120,792.
And Shantae is a wino, by the way.
Shout out to Shantae! Wino gang gang! You better be in DC on March 14th at my birthday since you got some money now, Shantae. We up. But go ahead. Well, how you 120,000? Really, she ain't got to pay none of this back, Chad, for real.
Shantae is completely discharged. Chapter 7. Stressed out as hell coming in, but she heard Tasha K told her to come see me. And I'm telling you, 3 months beginning to end. It was quick. She was easy to work with, got us the documents, got everything filed, 5-minute meeting, Zoom meeting, by the way, so no in-person appearances.
What?
Done, 3 months, debt-free. And yeah, she probably has the money now. She has the cash flow to go enjoy the finer things in life.
I know she happy. I just got cheers for her. I know she had that feeling of I ain't gotta pay you, mother.
It's when people come in and they're stressed out and they're like, life is over, and then they leave, they're like, wait, that's all I gotta do? That's it? That's all I gotta do, and I can live life again? It's incredible. It's an incredible feeling.
All they got to do is call you, and you smile through the whole process. I don't even know how. I only seen you get mad once. That was one time. I remember that day. You remember that day?
I don't think we're allowed to talk. I don't think we're allowed to talk about that day. I think we signed
But
all of our rights away
but
to
you
talk
are
about
the
that day.
most pleasant bankruptcy attorney out there. You make it seem like it's just rose petals, it's just champagne all the time. And to get her almost $121,000 discharge, that's all her debt. That's everything.
You know, I had an associate once that sat in through the meetings, and she was like, "You make bankruptcy seem like Candyland. Like, I just don't understand. Like,
Yeah.
you just go through it in such a way because honestly, it is. If you're stressed out, I have the solutions for you. We got to talk about if you're stressed out with debt, we will find your way all the way around the board, and you're going to end up debt free. And that's how it works.
All you gotta do is get the bills to Chad. Imagine being able to just hand your bills to somebody else and say, "Here, I can't pay them. Take care of them." And you do that. That is exactly what you do.
It's that easy. All you do is drop off the information. I make it go away, and then 3 to 4 months from now, you're completely debt free. You're able to rebuild your credit, as you know very well.
Yes.
12 to 18 months, you're back in the game, and you're not dealing with any of that stress. It's incredible.
I love it for her. We got another one. I can't even say his name. His name is A. Mangunio. He had a chapter 7. You discharged at a chapter 7 $144,000.
Majunio, it's Italian, like my daughter's name.
Majumio. Okay. I
Like my
was like,
daughter.
Magunio, Mangu. I didn't know. All I know is he ain't got to pay $144,000 because of you.
And these numbers are real numbers, and you know, unfortunately, there's some business debt involved. You know, when especially going through the pandemic with the SBA loans and whatnot, some are guaranteed individually, so we were able to discharge that debt. Again, this took about 4 to 6 months, but as far as appearances by the client, one Zoom appearance, get us the information, we get you debt free within 6 months. It's really an incredible result for an amazing human being.
$300,000 in under 4 months. You got discharged for both of these people here. That's not including how many people are you guys seeing? Now, I know you was out on paternity leave, so you ain't seeing nobody but a baby right now. But
Man,
what is
yes.
your team taking in right now? What is the intake calls looking like, Chad?
Well, I think a lot of this is because the winos know where to find the help. We had 1,500, a record number, 1,500 consults just in January.
So they bought out on Christmas gifts and then called you when they put them on the credit card. That's what they did. That's what they did, Chad. I would have did it. I ain't gonna lie. I would have did it.
You know, I can't tell people to run up credit card bills and then call me afterwards.
I know, but I can't. Listen. I know. There are TikTokers. I'm on TikTok. There are TikTokers that are educating people on using bankruptcy as a hack. Have you heard about that?
It's funny you mentioned that. Business Insider, the Business Insider, just interviewed me about that. Believe it or not. And yeah,
They took my interview. Okay.
Yeah, the next generation, especially the Gen Zers out there, are looking at bankruptcy as a hack. I don't know. I don't fully love it. I do love that it's a tool that they're willing to use. I wouldn't call it a complete hack because it is a serious legal endeavor.
Yes.
But if used correctly and non-fraudulently, it can really help out every generation, but even the Gen Z generation that's putting it out there on TikTok.
I'm happy that they're getting the conversation going. You know, like I said, here's what I want. People that really, really kind of put the work in, they try hard, they've gone to the edge of the earth trying to figure it out. And when you just can't figure it out no more, and then it's becoming like this hyper focus of everything that just kind of engulfs you and you're unable to figure out a way to get out, that's when they call you.
Yeah, and honestly, that's too late. I really think you should.
Think that's too late?
Once you're in debt and you're struggling, you should at least know your options. I'm not saying you should file bankruptcy.
Yeah.
You should know what your bankruptcy options are, because when you know what your bankruptcy options are, that takes stress away, because you're looking at, okay, what's worst case scenario? And in some people's minds, like, worst case scenario, if I don't pay these bills, I'm going to go to jail. You know, I'm like, really bad things are going to happen. Not just the credit score. They think really bad things are going to happen after all these lawsuits happen. and it's really not that bad. So you need to know your bankruptcy options, even if you're not going to file bankruptcy, because that relieves so much stress knowing, all right, so I'm going to focus on getting all this debt paid off, and here's a strategy to make some more revenue to pay off the debt. But if I don't, and if it doesn't work out, I'll file bankruptcy, I'll reset, and I'll be okay.
And listen, like I said, I'm on my second one. If I got to hit you for a third,
Trifecta.
I'm calling you. Listen.
Let's try to avoid it, though. Let's try to
Listen to
avoid
me,
that.
Chad. We may be in bankruptcy together 15 years because the way I calculated how things is going, it's just like $1 million a year. That'll have me paid off in 5 years. You see what I'm saying? 1.2, 1.2, 1.2. That's 15 years. You want to do business with me for 15 years?
Well, I think we should do a different chapter, though. So there's a family farmer and fisherman chapter 12. So maybe you need to start a farm so we can do a chapter 12 next.
I can start a farm. I can give me some chickens. I can get some chickens. I can get some lemons. I can get some goats. That's all I can get them, and I will name them.
Oh,
Matter of fact, I'll get I'll get one of my colleagues to sign over their farm to me. I know a couple people with them. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But what is this chapter 12 though? I never heard of this one.
Yeah, so it's not as big in Florida. Obviously, we do have farmers in Florida, but it's bigger in the Midwest.
Okay.
But I wonder if you owned a farm of grapes that were turned into wine, if that would qualify you for chapter 12. We got to look into that. We're going to do some research on that one.
Yeah, please. I want to, we got a wine coming out this year. Right now, we don't own our own farmland. We dealing with, a wine grower and stuff. And so maybe I can ask him how we can buy in. And then the section I buy,
I'm here for it.
Okay. My husband's favorite company. I was in Atlanta 2 weeks ago, and we left Kebab Lands, one of my favorite restaurants, and we go down the street, and his favorite restaurant is in bankruptcy. They are about to close down. Twin Peaks.
Yeah, Twin Peaks. Like, I'm not a big Hooters guy, but Twin Peaks was a good sports bar. They had their own beer that was good.
Yeah.
110 locations. Hooters filed last year. Twin Peaks this year. Man, they were incredibly aggressive in acquisitions and growing, and they got crushed with high interest rates, and the margins in the restaurant business are so tight.
You can't have no mistakes.
Yeah, and Chapter 11 filings are rarely about popularity. It's about the capital structure and what's behind it on the balance sheet. Because when you go to a Twin Peaks, they're busy. They're really busy.
They're huge too. Every location I go into, they're huge, especially on UFC night. Like, that's their moneymaker nights. You can't get in that place.
No, it's really incredible, and they do have solid food, solid service. But when borrowing costs rise, companies that expanded on cheap debt suddenly can't refinance, and that's what we're seeing now. They were hoping that interest rates would come down, they could refinance that debt, but that debt's coming due. And I'm not feeling really great about Twin Peaks moving forward.
You think they're gonna have to probably take Red Lobster CEO and see what he can do up over there?
Man, that guy's a beast. I would. That guy,
he's young too. He's like 35.
He's brilliant. I mean, I
love that he's a black man. I love that for us, especially with it being Black History. I just love that for us. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Hey, I'm here for every second of it, and I would hate for Red Lobster to lose him because I don't think the job is finished yet.
Yeah.
But I think if I were Twin Peaks, I definitely would offer him a bag to come over and see if we can do something, because
he needs a consulting firm at this point.
Man,
and he needs to still work with Red Lobster, make himself non-exclusive, and then make himself non-exclusive to, like, he could help to save your restaurant. I feel like there's just there's so much room for him to grow and be able to do this for a lot of companies.
He probably, to make it work, he probably would need a team, and maybe you and I could be on the team.
Yeah.
With him.
Yes.
Because we all have a unique set of skills that can really benefit this.
Very true.
We might be onto something here.
Very true. I'm gonna have to reach out to that brother. I think he's a wino too. I've seen him liking a few of my posts. So I may have to be like, hey, you remember me? Yeah, I was the one that congratulated you and told you how great of a job you're doing for 35 years old, in America these days. Like, yeah, but like Twin Peaks, I'm shocked that they are going out of business. And I do want to slide this in real quick. Because even though they are out of bankruptcy, I want a lot of women to get down there because, if women are looking for a man, Twin Peaks is where they're at on a UFC night.
Man, you are not lying, and I want to say it's a more respectful crowd than some of the other spots as
It
well. Like
is.
it's not just like it's a
It's
more respectful crowd for
It
sure.
is corporate guy. I was sitting beside, clearly he was, the big monster truck kind of white guy, redneck, he's like, you want to see my wife? I'm like, sure. She's from Zimbabwe. She was chocolate as I would have never known. I was like, TikTok got y'all really outside. Like he was like, she's so beautiful. I went over there and married her. I'm waiting on her paperwork to come back over here. He had a Confederate flag, hair scarf on, like a bandana. But yeah, if you're
He's,
looking for a man though, they in Twin Peaks and they got some money. But listen,
he's not recruiting from Zimbabwe
no, I
to
think
the
he said they met on Facebook
to the
and he married her.
Confederacy,
He
but to the
showed me
Confederacy.
He showed me the wedding pictures. He went over there. They had the family dress him out in the African clothing. I couldn't believe it. He had on like a wife beater with his titty nipples out and the bandana and the beard.
We need to get him on the next legal segment here with a glass of wine, man. That's
He said he
incredible.
finna change your life. He finna change your life. So listen, they can file bankruptcy with you and they get their life changed, down there in the Twin Peaks. But bankruptcy spikes. My husband was looking yesterday and he's looking at the foreclosure list. I said, "But why are you doing that?" He said, "I'm gonna buy some." I said,
Man, be careful because it's mostly condos, and these condos are in bad shape. But I digress.
no, please speak on it.
Don't buy a condo.
So the whole building is in trouble. Like who's
Eh,
ever managing the condo, the
ev-
association, the fees, behind on the
Everybody,
loan.
the association, the owners, the contractors, everybody's in trouble. So just don't buy condos. Just don't.
Okay. Okay.
Just please, just don't. They look like great investments, but they're all bad investments right
Are they
now.
filing bankruptcy as well too?
The associations are filing bankruptcy like crazy. There's litigation with the construction companies. I mean, the condo market is a complete and utter mess.
I always wondered about that. Like, I've never bought one before. The closest I bought to something was like a townhouse that was connected. The
Townhomes are yeah,
homeowners
townhomes.
association was like 200 a year. It wasn't much, but
So think of this: if you think the American government system works perfectly, then condos are probably for you because the condo boards are similar to the American government system. I don't think the American government system works great, and I don't think condo boards. I think condo boards are a reflection of that, and they
mm.
are a complete and utter mess when it comes to dealing with balancing the budget, keeping things maintained. And the larger the units, the worse it is. So if you're in like a 4 or 6 unit condo building, you're probably all right. If you're in a 400 or 600 unit building, especially in Florida, it's just a complete mess with the insurance, with the inspections, with the litigation that's going on. Like just run.
So it's too expensive to maintain for anybody.
Absolutely. And association dues are going to go up. Foreclosures are already up. Even if you get a
Which
deal,
could
if
increase
you
their mortgage if the
yeah,
fees go up.
correct. So even if you find yourself a deal in the association market, unless it's a small, like 4 to 6 unit, less than 10 unit building, just run.
Mm. That makes a lot of sense. Grant Cardone owned a lot of them buildings down there. When I lived in one of the 10X buildings, and I think he took that over to save that, and it went down worse. And I moved out before he even got to take it down. But
Yeah, I have my own thoughts on Mr. Cardone and the way that he likes to use other people's money for these acquisitions, and he becomes a billionaire from it. But I don't want to get sued, so I'll leave him alone for right now.
well, the federal government is looking into it, is what I'm being told. They're looking into how he's going about acquiring these funds. I call it like it's the same thing that Jay-Z was trying to do. Hey, donate like under $500, and because people can risk losing $500, and that's not illegal. So it's like as long as they lay the risk out, it's like I got 500. Yeah, I got $500. It's not going to deplete my savings. But if you got 100,000 people giving $500 or $1 million, that whew.
What a Ponzi scheme is?
Yeah, I'm familiar. But just in case the viewers don't know, break it down.
Yeah, so basically it's and I'm not saying this is what's happening with Grant Cardone, but
Right.
Ponzi scheme is basically you take people's money and then you pay other people with that money, and there's really no substance to it. And then once the money stops coming in, so you always need more investors coming in so that you can pay earlier investors their returns. So you say, Tasha, give me $1,000, and I'm going to give you 10% on your money every month. So I'm going to keep paying you $100. You're taking investment money and you're using that to pay off. And actually, it's funny. The first person that did a Ponzi scheme, his name wasn't Ponzi, but it wasn't really catchy, so they used Ponzi as the name. So it's a Ponzi scheme. I think that there eventually is going to be something named after Cardone. I don't know if it's going to be legal, illegal, or indifferent, but I think there's going to be like a Cardone method, more than just 10x that he's branded, because it has become popularized, and I don't think that it is a long-term method for success for multiple people. And I know that there have been multiple investigations and there's been insiders, and nothing has happened yet. But we'll see. I would avoid it if I were an investor, and I certainly have. But obviously he's done very well for himself.
Yeah, because I mean, from what I saw, based on what I've read, he targets a very specific demographic, mainly African American people that are under the age of 30, but over the age of at least 23. And because they typically don't have the insight a lot of times to ask questions. And when you put yourself in front of private jets and Lamborghinis and you tell them, I'm going to show you how to live like me for just $500 investment, it's like, he knows that they're not going to be able to find a lawyer and serve him and properly
Yep.
go after him legally to prove anything. It's a certain niche that they go after, a niche specific like demographic.
Yeah, there's two things that I don't do, that I don't believe in. I don't believe in
Mm-hmm.
selling dreams, and that's what we're talking about. And I don't believe by motivating by fear.
Mm.
And I think that you would agree, from all
Oh,
the
of course,
discussion that we
absolutely.
have. Yeah,
I
I
ain't
don't.
got on his ass yet. I am though. I am. I'm just waiting on the right moment. I am. Don't worry, it's coming. Um, why are chapter sevens like rising faster than chapter 13s? Why?
Because people are broke. Like chapter 13s are for people that can actually afford to pay something back. And right now we're seeing people are like broke. Like they not only is everything more expensive on a monthly basis, wages are stagnant or people are getting laid off, so people are losing their jobs. And what I've noticed recently, this whole gig economy where at least people that hustle, that want to hustle, could make money and make their budget work out, that gig economy is dying, and people are making less money from the hustling, the Uber Eats, and Uber's making more money from it, but the individuals are making less. So I'm seeing people that are just getting completely burnt out and saying, I can't do this. So they're filing chapter 7 instead of 13, because in the 13 you still have that monthly payment for 3 to
Mm-hmm.
5 years. In a 7 you just wipe everything out. So I'm seeing chapter 7s are up more than chapter 13s, and chapter 11s are up significantly. And those are for businesses.
Are you seeing any growing industries amongst people who are leaving an industry because maybe the industry is capped, or they're not able to make more money in that industry? Are you seeing like a trend of jobs that people can take, like once they come to you and they file, what are some of the careers that they might can get into to help to start generating more cash?
So great question. And yes, the number one industry that I'm seeing directly, and I've actually hired some of the clients for this, working in the bankruptcy industry as a bankruptcy legal assistant, bankruptcy paralegal, and bankruptcy attorney. We are hiring across the board, and we have hired previous clients. So you walked me right into that. So thank you for that. A big industry that's growing that everybody talks about too is AI. So if you're an AI engineer or AI prompt engineer, but the problem with AI is that's taking away from jobs as well that people used to have, where a lot of the manual work that they had to put in, AI is taking over. But if you could be an AI prompt engineer or work within the AI space, there certainly are a lot of opportunities within that. But I joke, but I am serious that a lot of people stay out of the bankruptcy world because they don't think there's money in it. I mean, there are billions of dollars that go through bankruptcy every year, and it's just not a sexy industry that people want to get into. So if people are really looking for opportunities, if you can get into bankruptcy, it's going to be big, not only now, but for the next 5 to 10 years.
What is not sexy about being debt free? Let me see a man that's debt free. That is so sexy to me. How'd you do it? Bankruptcy.
That's it. And guess what? They have money to take you out at that point too.
They sure do. They sure do. Like my mama told me a long time ago, you know how the girls be looking at the dudes with the Lamborghinis, the Bentleys and stuff, Range Rover. Like she's like, don't look at no man like that. And I'm like, Mama, but why he got a nice car? All of his money is going to the car.
Yep.
What he got to give you?
Yep. Look for
So
the Vespa.
I married a man that didn't have no car.
Look for the Vespa drivers. That's what Gabby did.
He put his money elsewhere. He had a lot of money in the bank. No, he was like, I don't need no car. My job right down the street. I walk, take the bus
Man,
in the rain. Like,
I still remember. I have a good friend, still this day, he's an attorney. He has this beautiful car. I'm not going to say what car it is because they don't know I'm talking about him. And I bought my Vespa on the same day, and he was like, "Oh, what's the payment on that?" I said, "No, I bought it cash. It was a couple $1,000s." I said, "What's the payment on yours?" He goes, "As much as it was to buy that Vespa." Woo! Woo! That's a lot of money every month. Yep.
every month, you got to have it on time. If not, the interest, the interest rates go up and everything. Like, I can't ever see myself having a car payment again. So thanks to the bankruptcy, we paid off our car,
I
so we
love
can
it.
make room to pay other creditors. And so yeah, we're in a good space. And I was like, we are not getting another car.
No.
This one is fine.
Yes. And I recommend run it until it
It
starts
can't.
costing you
It
money.
ain't running no more. Like that's just
Exactly.
how it's going to be. So yeah, hopefully by that time we'll have a self-driving car that'll just let me get in it and it'll take me everywhere. I ain't got to drive it.
Well, actually, what I'm working on is the robo taxis. When those come out, I want to have a couple robo taxis so that I could use it when I need to, but when I'm not, it's out there making me money.
That is see what I'm talking, Chad. This is what I need you on the show to do. Okay, what are some of the? Just give me like at least like two more businesses that are maybe not sexy businesses. Maybe it's a person to person, like patron to patron business. Like, what is something that you're seeing like a small rise in? It doesn't yield them a lot of money. Maybe it could be like 5 figures a year.
Actually,
Passive.
and you know what I'm seeing a lot of right now, and I'm even seeing it with some clients that are coming in, they're getting worn down. There's a huge generation of business owners out there
Yeah.
that are just letting their businesses die because they don't know, like they don't have a legacy plan, they don't have kids to pass it on to, or the kids don't want it. If you can find some of those businesses and just take over, like people are willing to give them away, maybe they can take a percentage of the revenue moving forward. And there are a ton of businesses out there, and they're like boring businesses. There's like
Yeah.
dry cleaners or
They
whatever.
make money.
Yeah, yeah, man. There are great revenue businesses out there that are just going away because the owners want to retire. They're done. Nobody's going to take over. So if you can approach people like that, and I know there's some business brokers out there, but if there are some business owners that, even if you love going to this place, but that they talk about, like, one day I'm going to be done, talk to them about taking it over, because they have that built-in revenue. And that's the hardest thing for businesses, is getting that built-in revenue that's coming in. And then you can inject new life and do new marketing strategies, maybe market with Tasha K, I don't know, come up with some great
Right.
ideas to expand your reach. Because that's even what I'm doing with some bankruptcy practitioners that are coming to me saying, like, I don't want to learn this new AI technology. I don't want to do this. Like, they're struggling with two-factor authentication through Pacer that just came through. I said, well, I'm happy to go into that territory, and then you have the local knowledge, and I can come in and do the work that you don't want to do, and it could be a great marriage. So there's tons of opportunities out there. You really just got to go out and find the things that other people don't want to do, because it's funny when I put jobs online, everybody wants to do the cool stuff. Everybody wants to do the marketing, but very few people want to do the putting the petitions together, which that's the detailed work that it's core to what we do, because if we don't have that petition accurate, then they're not going to get their discharge. People want to do the fun stuff, but if you can do the stuff that's not glamorous, that's how you're going to make money in this economy, if you ask me.
Who said marketing was fun? I know on average, marketing reps don't last on a job more than 8 months.
I think people think of marketing differently as just influencing. I think we've conflated marketing and influencing, right?
Okay.
And even being an influencer is tough. I mean, that's hard work to be a real influencer.
Yeah.
Like to influence your little group of like 10 or 20 people that love you and care about what you think, that's one thing. But when I came back from Netflix, everybody thought that I was going to be an influencer or what. And I had some friends that did really well on the show that tried that. Man, it is, you got to grind to be a real influencer. And in any profession, when somebody makes it look really, really easy and they're very successful, it's because you don't see everything that goes behind it. And I see the work that you do, and I see the work that my successful friends do, and you make it look easy because you're a professional. And and it's true. Like, professionals make things look easy, like from every level, whether it's a professional athlete to a social media influencer to an attorney. I see successful people like, man, they make it look so easy, but I know how stressed they are in the work that they've done behind the scenes.
I know you were. I know, just looking at my paperwork, and it was funny, like, just listening to the lawyers talk, and they're like, "You making some money? Like, we've dealt with influencers. They're not making it. They're not making money." And I'm just like, well, I don't know what to tell them. Maybe I need to open up a consultation firm. But there's ways you can get it, but you just got to know how to get it. But have you seen?
But Tosh, you got to hustle too. That's the other thing.
That is, you gotta have what you know how to do. A lot of times people just be trying to do too much.
That's true too.
Try to do too much. Like, I'm seeing Twitchers, right? Because I'm gonna follow up on a question, because you got a lot of influencers filing bankruptcy too. I know you do.
A ton.
Yes. Yeah, they don't feel comfortable since I done came to the yard. But like Twitch, no shade to Twitch, but I saw Blueface, right? And he puts up, man, I made 20K streaming in 30 days. But he's on live all day, 7 hours, 12 hours. And I'm like, Blueface, I made 20K in 3 days.
It's not the same.
3 hours.
It's not the same. It's not
Ain't
the
no
same.
way. I would never, shout out to Twitch, I would never go to Twitch. And I just recently heard from Kai Cenat's girlfriend that the reason Kai walked away is because he was in debt.
I believe it.
And the money it costs to run that and pay everybody. I said, who was managing this guy? Kim Kardashian sitting on my stream, it would have been $1 million for her to sit down.
Yeah.
She needed Kai.
Yeah. But it's unbelievable. And that's the other thing is, unfortunately, influencers get taken advantage of all the time. And I mean, celebrities in general get taken advantage of. And you get these influencers that they just think it's cool, so they start doing things. And then and it just sounds exhausting. A lot of it just sounds exhausting, and it's hard to keep up long term.
I don't, Kai, just to hear him talk about doing mafia-thons and not getting sleep and being delusional, going into psychosis, and just having, mental health breakdowns. And then his ex-girlfriend comes out and she was like, listen, he was really in debt trying to keep up with this lifestyle. And I said, Twitch was right. So he had all these subscribers and people would think, oh my God, he's here. He's on this set. He's on that award show. How could he be in debt? How, Chad? How?
He had to keep, and that's the problem with having a persona like that, because you have to keep up with it. Because if you have a persona, and that's why I love dealing with real people. Like obviously you are very open with your entire story. When you have a certain persona, you have to keep that persona. And if that breaks down, then they think they're going to lose it all because everybody sees them as this incredible, successful person that has millions of dollars, has the cars, has all of that. And that's who they are. And then once that's taken away, they lose their identity, and it's over at that point. And it's honestly extremely sad, because I never want to be tied to a persona of, having these objects. Like I want to be a caring person. I want to be obviously a great dad. I want to be known for important things. I don't want to be known for my car. Like that just sounds ridiculous.
I don't get it. Like economically, I'm just like, I kind of feel bad for the guy, but it is a learning experience. He is,
Sure.
and will always be famous and will be influential to the space. It's just all about what type of team. I wouldn't even say the team he has. The team is going to follow you. So you pick and choose where you want to go, where you want to spend your money, where you want to allocate, whatever it is you're trying to expand on. And for in his sake, like, I know he's into fashion and gotta have the latest this. I came up with a work uniform.
Love it.
Chad, do you know how expensive clothes are?
I know. I make my own. Look.
My winos asked me, they said, Tasha, how many times you gonna wear these black tights? I said, I got 10 pair. And I got 10 of these.
That's all you need.
And who's gonna know? Who's gonna know?
Nobody. Nobody. I love it.
I'm trying to stay in business here. I got people. The one thing I don't want is for my team to ever come to me to say, Tasha, where's my check? And luckily, in the 10 years they've been working for me, that has never happened. Now, they asked when all those publications were going out saying I was broke. And they was like, Tasha, I said, did your check bounce? Just get back to work. Shut the fuck up and get back to work. For it really bounced.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. But as far as bankruptcy, even though, because it's busy right now, are you able to meet the demand? Like, is it slower process? Are the courts slower? What's going on? If somebody call you right now, which they are, or they're gonna go to your website, letsfixthat.com, letsfixthat.com, letsfixthat.com. I have to say it 3 times because they get in their head. What's the wait time now?
No, we have consultations available right now. So we close at 7. So we have consultations available right now. I'm doing consultations even on my paternity. I'm supposed to be on paternity leave. Supposed to be with my daughter Kiara and my wife, but I'm here with you because this is where I need to be.
Yes.
And we are busier than we've ever been. We're up already this year 40% year over year. We were up 60% last year. So people are in debt. They need to get out of debt. They're stressed. Their wages are being garnished. Their cars are being repossessed. Their homes are being sold at foreclosure. So we are here 6 days a week. We're hiring like crazy to make sure we keep up with the demand and stay ahead of it, which we are. And it's an incredible economy that I haven't seen anything like this since the Great Recession. So we are here. We're able to help every single wino out there. And if you're not in our jurisdiction, Let's Fix Debt is nationwide. So letsfixthat.com. We will make sure that the winos are extra taken care of.
I love that. I was trying to get my partner in crime. I'm gonna call out on this show to call you, and she was this close to calling you, and you could have changed her situation. And I'm still calling for her to call out. Milagro Grams, bring your ass down here to the bankruptcy court. Chad, you waiting on her?
Yeah, and you know Milagro, that means miracle.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
In Spanish. And you know that's what we do at Van Horn. We specialize in Milagro.
I love it. Y'all going down there and tell Mob Radio Chat waiting on her. This is her case is actually a lot easier than mine. I was like,
every case is much easier than yours except for Red Lobster.
I'm gonna hit that guy up. Like, please, can you come? I need him to come tell the story. Like, we could figure something.
Tag me in that too.
You know, we can really get some bread out here. You know.
Yeah, tag me in it too. I want to be part of this.
I will. Of course, I got you, Chad. I got you. So, but listen, you got a baby. You got to go get back to. You know, I'm so happy. You could just you and wifey were just glowing. I was over there on that page. I hope Jason sent y'all some stuff. I hope he did. Let me make sure he sent y'all some baby stuff from us.
I think my baby has an Unwind with Tasha K onesie at home. She's growing into. So.
I love that. Because she's going to be a wino. So
of course,
it's a healthy wino. Drink responsibly. But listen, congratulations to you. Congratulations to your wife. Let'sFixThat.com. Even though wife is on, maternity leave, taking care of the baby, you are here dedicating your time, taking care of people's lives that are really going through it right now. And you're going to continue to go through it and do it. And so I thank you, Chad. I really do, because, it is hard out here, but you can make it easy for them. Real easy.
We're going to get through it.
Okay. All right. Listen, Let'sFixThat.com. Chad Van Horn at the Van Horn Law Group, #1 bankruptcy attorney in South Florida. No cap. #1 bankruptcy attorney in South Florida. Was the only attorney in the world that can file and confirm a bankruptcy is as complicated as mine. So thank you, sir. And thank you for all that you do. And Happy New Year. And yes, blessings to the new baby. We're going to let you go.
Thank you, Tasha. Can't wait for you to meet my daughter.
I know. I can't wait to hold her. Oh my gosh. So listen.